So there's a lot of confusion that stems from this specific thing in the market cycle. People have wondered, obviously, BTC pushing close to a new all-time high. Why isn't Shiba Inu doing the same? And right now, even there are some analysts saying that this thing happening in terms of Bitcoin is a massive red flag. And I want to have a discussion about this so people understand where we're at and where we are headed in the near and long term. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. Obviously, looking across the market, it sucks right now. It's red. This day sucks. Guys, I talked about there being volatility heading into the election. That's exactly what we're experiencing right now. And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if Monday and Tuesday are green. We'll wait and see what happens. There's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows before it's over. Remember, even on Tuesday, it's likely that the election will not be certified yet. It's going to take several days for everything to get done. So just know that we're kind of in this period of just wait. And there's a lot of uncertainty floating around right now about what direction things are headed. And that's why you're seeing the bleed off in the market. If you guys want a further in-depth discussion about that, check out my ADA video from earlier today. But that brings me to this point. There was an analyst that came out and said that there was this massive red flag in terms of BTC. And what he said was that the price of Bitcoin should have hit $100,000 level several months ago based on the bullish catalysts such as the massive ETF inflows and the federal rate cuts that took place in September. Yet, despite that, we are not near a new all-time high, well past an all-time high in terms of BTC. And this is important for alts as well, all right? So we have to remember that Bitcoin does not typically get to new all-time highs until like the end of the year of the halving, all right? So we did something early that we normally don't do, and it was because of institutional money. And then people forget a lot of what happened in the in-between. Yes, institutional money inflows have been great. We have seen over $20 billion flow into institutional holdings that typically has not been here in prior cycles. All right. And that's the reason why Bitcoin did what it did. That's why we got the burst of excitement early on in the cycle, why Shiba Inu did a 4.5x run to some of those levels like we talked about way back here in March. It was a very exciting time. But in the meantime, yes, those things have been good. Institutional flows have continued to ramp up. We've seen rate cuts showing some confidence in the economy. There are some great things that have taken place, but people forget about all the negative things that have happened along the way. They forget about, potential escalations into war abroad, about, Bitcoin miners dumping their BTC, about economic uncertainty here at home, about Mt. Gox unloading some of their BTC, about the US government and the German government unloading BTC. There have been all these negative things that have actually caused rejections in terms of BTC price. Could things have gotten higher? Absolutely. Could Shiba Inu price have gotten higher? Absolutely. But they didn't. And that also brings me to this point as well. We're actually back on trend with what we've done cycle after cycle after cycle. People will look at Bitcoin price and say, oh my gosh, it's 68K right now. That means Shiba Inu should be about at these prices that it was back here. It's not the way it works. All right. When we look from cycle to cycle to cycle, I reference Bitcoin dominance because Bitcoin dominance is in fact very, very important. And there comes a point in every cycle. I don't know why this stuff is getting covered up here. Anyways, there comes a point in every market cycle where BTC dominance tops and starts to has an inverse trend. It starts to drop and flow to the downside. All right. This is back in 2016. You guys can see that really it started to show a downtrend right about the end of 2016, right about the end of the year of the halving. And then it had a massive fall off in 2017. Alt season, exciting time for alts, all right? Exciting time for assets in general. Then we fast forward to the following cycle. You guys can see that BTC dominance topped right around the beginning of 2021, end of the year of the halving, beginning of the year of alt season. And we know that alts went on massive runs. This is obviously the year where Shiba Inu did exceptional things, massive movements in price. In fact, that led to eventually its 10x move over the course of just 30 days. Very exciting times. So now we're at this point here where BTC dominance has in fact been on the climb. It's looking for its top. It's looking for this moment where it's going to correct and start to come to the downside. All right. Now I've come out and said multiple times that I believe this dominance is somewhere, the dominance top is somewhere around the 60% range, which is where we're at currently, which now that we're getting into November, we're actually around that time where historically speaking, BTC dominance begins to fade. Excitement in alts begins to pick up. All right. Now, a big thing as well is, yes, BTC has done well. It's gotten close to, again, just within the last 7 days, a new all-time high again. But the reason why you still haven't seen alts go on these massive surges to the upside is liquidity is still sitting on the sideline. That is the number one indicator you need to look at. Yes, it is coming down. Yes, we are following exactly what we've done historically speaking, the exact trend that has led us to the surge in alt season, the times where Shiba Inu has done well. But we're right here right now. All right. Back when we look at March, you guys can see that USDT dominance are about 3.8%. We're currently sitting at about 5.4%. So there's a lot of capital sitting on the sideline that hasn't re-entered the space because of some of that uncertainty, because of the timeline that we're on right now. So what you need to know is, no, BTC price shouldn't be around 100K. It's not a red flag. Shiba Inu price right now where it's at, not a red flag. It's following what it should be doing historically speaking. And what that means is that this capital that's on the sideline is eventually going to flow into the market. Shiba Inu tends to see some of those higher inflows when they are taking place. And despite even some of the red and negativity that we're seeing in the market here, Shiba Inu is showing a lot of strength. It's showing a lot of resilience. Yes, we've fallen below some of our moving averages right now. We're doing the exact same thing that we did back here in the latter part of October. But we know what comes following here. This is why I preach resilience. This is why I preach strength in assets. And right now, Shiba Inu is showing all the strength in the world. We obviously have to hope this continues. We'll get through this election. We'll get into much better times in terms of the economy. And then guess what? Bull market on, baby. We are in alt season. We are in some exciting times and much bigger times of adoption in crypto in general. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to clear up any confusion out there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.